So today I'm going to spray my own lawn, and I want to show you the exact products I'm using, talk through you why I'm using those products, and then show you some footage of me spraying. Let's get started. Today's video is sponsored by my friends at Graham Spray Equipment. You see my Graham spray rig here. It's 400-gallon split tank, so I've got 100 gallons on this side, 300 gallons on that side roughly. And that comes in handy when I'm doing multiple grass types or different applications at the same time of the year. My yard is pretty big. This is, I'm filming this in the fall. We got about 4 acres and probably 3 acres worth of grass. And this is just a large open area we use kind of as a play area. And I'm gonna be spraying it with this ride-on machine. So what I did, I've got the spray rig mixed up with the concentrated mix for the spray rig on this side. This side is if I was spraying out of the hose over there, and it's a lot less concentrated because I'm spraying 2 gallons per 1,000 square feet over there. Over here it's a quart per 1,000. So in the fall, just a little basic review here. Typically our warm season weeds are going to start dying out about this time. I'm filming this in early October. So whenever we get down cooler weather, at least in my area, I'm in the Birmingham, Alabama market, so we're going to lose a lot of the weeds that have been driving us crazy, like nutsedge, spurs, crabgrass, things like that are going to go away at least for a season. And don't worry, a lot of them will be back next year. But about the time those go away, you start getting those cool fall nights, you have a whole new batch of weeds, the cool season weeds, which start to germinate. So you're talking about henbit. When you see somebody's yard that's basically purple in February or March with so many weeds like henbit and purple dead nail, things like that, then you know they probably skipped their fall pre-emergent application. So a lot of people just don't understand that this fall application has a big deal to do with what your yard's going to look like the following spring. So what I've been spraying on my customers' lawns for the most part is this product, Specticle Flo, which is great pre-emergent product, but it's a little on the expensive side. This is the surfactant I'm putting in there, and then I put in there this product, which is, you'll see their active ingredient is 2,4-D. Now on the centipede St. Augustine lawns, I'll leave out the 2,4-D, but this is for bermuda and zoysia lawns, and it's been working great. I've been doing this for a while. Now on my yard, what I did, I mixed up a different batch, and this was actually for a really large commercial property I did yesterday, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use a cheaper mixture. This probably not going to give me quite as good of results, but I thought this might be helpful because some of you guys are going to fall out on the floor when you look up the price of Specticle. So if you buy this gallon here, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,900 per gallon. Now you can get it for I think in an 18-ounce jug, and it might be $300 something, or you know, you're actually paying more in that size per ounce than you are when you buy a gallon. So it is expensive. Now it goes a long way. I'm using 6.5 ounces per acre, but still a pricey product. So today on my yard, what I did on this huge commercial property I had, it's like, we need a cheaper solution. I'm not spraying $1,900 all over that property, and it's somebody that's a relative, and you know, for the price that he pays, he understands that we're not using all the premium products. So what do we do? Well, this is Prodiamine. This is under the label here, Resolute, as you can see. Active ingredient, Prodiamine. And this is what I typically use in round 1 of the year, like in January and February. If I can get this down typically before the warm season weeds germinate, such as crabgrass, things like that, it does a great job of helping out with those warm season weeds. Well, it also works on cool season weeds, just doesn't work quite as good as Specticle, but definitely cheaper. So I put 1.15 pounds of this mixture here. This is Resolute 65 WG, so you measure it in pounds, and I have a little measuring cup that's handy for that. But 1.15 pounds per acre. And then instead of using 2,4-D, I decided to use Manor, which is Metsulfuron. This is extremely cheap. It's something like 5 or 6 cents per 1,000 square feet, meaning that if your yard was 10,000 square feet, you're looking at basically 50 to 60 cents to spray your yard. Now this will kill a lot of weeds. In my opinion, it's not as good on dandelions, which is one of the weeds I'm seeing a lot. It's not as good on dandelions as the 2,4-D. But again, this is going to be a cost-saving application, is sort of the point of this video. And so what I've got mixed in there is 1/4 ounce per acre of Manor, very low rate, 1.15 pounds per acre of the Prodiamine, and then I've got the surfactant in there. Oh, and I forgot this. I thought something's missing. What am I missing? Whether I'm using Specticle or this application, I've got another product in there called Simazine, okay? And that Simazine can help with some of the young weeds as well. So I don't have this. I actually used up my last bottle of it on this last time filling up my tank. So I'm out of Simazine. I can't show you the bottle, but it comes under the label name Princep. It's a Syngenta product, I believe. All right, so I've already got it mixed up in the tank. Gonna spray it into my ride-on machine, and then I'm gonna spray over this area. It will need to be watered in at some point, and we've been super dry lately, but it does look like there's some rain in the forecast next week, so that's a good thing. And one of the things I like to do is I've sprayed hundreds of yards with the Specticle and then spraying my yard with Prodiamine. I like to compare the results, and one of the target weeds is the Poa annua. So if I go back and notice, hey, I've got a lot of Poa in my yard, but my customers didn't really have that Poa, then that's gonna affirm that the Specticle was working a little better. But I'm okay with a little bit of Poa in my yard, because that'll just give me something to spray later on and show you how to kill Poa. Let me fill up my ride-up sprayer, we'll get to spraying, and then you guys leave me any questions or comments below. I would appreciate that. I will say, if you want to get into weed control and fertilization like I do, it's a great business, very profitable. I tell people all the time, it's nothing for people to make $1,000 to $1,200 in revenue a day working by yourself. So I think it's great personally, but I have resources at lawncarelife.com. I'm actually updating a lot of those over the course of the winter, hopefully. But one is the Weed Control and Fertilization Academy, people like that. And there's also documents, pricing charts, but I'm getting my website redone, organize it, so it'll be easier to navigate hopefully soon. Let's get to spraying. See, I've got my machine cranked up now, and what I'm doing is spraying it from the machine into, from the gram unit into my ride-on spreader sprayer here. So this machine here does not have agitation in the tank. Agitation on this thing looks like me grabbing the handlebars and start shaking this thing like a madman. And so I like to spray it in there if I can, because it's got agitation. And now it's going to be nice and agitated when I spray it into here. You can see it's nice and yellow. That's the Prodiamine. So I want to, honestly, this will be my last big yard to use with that mixture today. And I want to clean my tank out and get all that concentrated Prodiamine out of the tank. So I'm trying to use up the last bit of it I've got to spray my big yard. One of the things I like to do when I am doing a big property like this, I don't have a foam marking kit, or sometimes it's a little bit hard to see where you've been, where you hadn't been. If you get out here early in the morning, sometimes you can see your tire tracks in the dew on the grass, so that is helpful to make sure I'm not missing spots and also not overlapping too much. Another thing I forgot to mention is one of the things about using the Metsulfuron and Prodiamine and the Simazine is I can use that on bermuda, zoysia, centipede, St. Augustine. When I've got the Specticle, I use a different rate of Specticle for the centipede, St. Augustine, as long as I do the bermuda, zoysia, and I've got 2,4-D in there with the bermuda, zoysia, so I have to kind of change up the mixture if I'm doing centipede, St. Augustine versus bermuda, zoysia. But this mix I could really do for all 4 grass types, which is helpful. Thanks for watching the video. I've got a lot of spraying left to do. Hope this is helpful and just give you an insight of what we're actually spraying on the yard. I've got over 1,000 videos on the channel, so if you hadn't subscribed, please do so now. Click the notification bell where YouTube will let you know when I create new content. Also, if you want to go to the Equip Expo, it's coming up in a week or two in Louisville, Kentucky. And you can get half off your registration by using the code Lawn Care Life. That's all one word, Lawn Care Life, when you sign up for the Equip Expo. Hope to see many of you there. See you in the next video.